What's going on, everybody? It is your man Cleveland Terry, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Scratch Attach. Now, James, aka Sick James, was gracious enough to drive all the way from Monterey to start touring it and showing off his new project with all the people around LA. I think I was the first on the stop because I'm right outside of LA in Ventura County, so he came to my house first. So this video is all about the Scratch Attach. Now, one warning, audio can be a little questionable. I thought this mic was on when I was recording. It wasn't, so the only mic that was active was my Rode microphone. So you might have some audio issues just from the interview, but it won't impact the actual sound from the device itself. So just a pre-warning before we get started. You ready? Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It is your man Cleveland Terry, and today we are going to be taking a first look at kind of an amazing product, a product that I didn't even know that we had a need for. But this gentleman here has been working tirelessly to create something that the world hasn't seen, and that is the ability to use your vinyl on basically on your Rane 1 controller. And I know it's a little bit of a niche product, but I think that a lot of people are going to find use for it. So if you could introduce yourself, let people know who you are.
My name is James. I go by Sick James. I've been a DJ for about 28 years now, and lost my job, lost DJ gigs, had all this time to work on this. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this has been just your passion project for a while now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No sleep. Just, in my bedroom.
Yeah.
For way too long.
Okay, but that's good though, because then you put all of your effort into it. How does it work? It appears to me that you have a 1/8 jack heading out.
Right. And so when I found out about this, it said that it had phono input. So
correct.
Perfect. So 1/8 inch out goes right into the phono preamp.
Okay.
And you can use it, just flip it over to phono, and it's all good.
Gotcha. And as far as weight, these things just pop right on, pop right off type thing?
Yeah, well, so I was hoping that it would be magnetic, like made of metal on the top, but it's not. So I had to get like these thin metal strips.
Okay.
With adhesive.
Gotcha. So it's being attached to the metal adhesive strips.
Right.
On it. Okay, so then they just pop right off.
Right. Like for now, I'm just using these little pieces, but I'm gonna have some manufactured.
Gotcha. Can I pull it off, or is it?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit messy, but.
Gotcha.
So these are meant to go on the back of a phone to connect to magnet mounts.
Oh, I see.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
And then I have it under this knob to kind of really keep it in there.
Right. That's smart. Okay. And then okay. And it's sturdy.
Yeah.
It's on there.
It's very strong magnet.
Okay. As far as the needles are concerned, the tone arm, did you create the tone arm, or was this like a fabrication of something else? Or
yeah, I made the tone arm. I 3D modeled it, 3D printed the pieces, cut the metal, soldered the wires.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had never even done that before. It was just a lot of learning.
Really?
Yeah. So I took a course in CAD, and it was a whole adventure.
That's amazing. And I know you have the head shell. Is the head shell permanently attached?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the head shell. Yeah.
Gotcha.
In future revisions, I would like to have it replaceable.
Okay. Right. And you have the M44.7s on here.
Yeah.
So I mean that's which are the best if you can find them.
Right.
Gotcha. Now what about for people? And as you said, in the future you're going to replace it. So people that love ortophones, that type of stuff.
Right. Well, I have the BNLs on the other ones that I have, so I tested those out. Any ones that you can just like pop on a head shell.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So, and as far as anything else with adjusting the controller, have you made any modifications to the actual controller in order to get this to work properly?
No.
So it's just, you can pop it on, pop it off, ready to go. I guess one of the questions would be, why you decided to go with the Rane 1 over, the Rane 12, which is kind of a more popular product, that people are going to ask.
Yeah, for me, it was like, at first, I had the idea when the Rane 12 came out, but It was just like, might as well get a turntable, you know. But when this came out, like I was reminded of Biz Marquis setup, you know, 'cause he has the 7-inch.
Sure.
He spins 45s. I've been wanting that for a long time, but never had it. You know?
Right.
So for all the 7-inch heads, this is for you.
Yeah, let's do a little bit of a demo, and then I'll kind of touch it and feel it out too.
Okay, for sure.
Okay, that's quite a way to make a demo. Now you put in the looks like I know the cap. That's innovator.
Yeah.
Okay, so you swapped it out.
Yeah, good call.
It sounds good. The arms, as far as the weight, I mean, obviously you're a great scratcher, so I didn't see any movement. It felt like the weight was accurate.
It's so solid. It's better than I could have even hoped for.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Now, tell me, what is the future? So right now, this is a prototype.
Right.
Are you manufacturing? Are you trying to get capital, venture capital type of stuff?
I want to crowdfund it, see
Okay.
how much interest is in it, and if it reaches that point, then we'll see where it goes. If it goes even further beyond it, I'll put more money into it to make it better.
Gotcha.
So sky's the limit. It just depends on how well it does, and even if it doesn't do that well, I still want to make them for people.
Right.
If you really want it, I'm gonna make it for you.
No, it's a really, really interesting concept. And as I'm looking at it now, when you look at it from a picture, it doesn't necessarily do it justice.
Right.
Until you see it live, and you're like, this feels right.
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but once you put your hands on it and you play with it, you're like, oh my god, this is great. But one thing is, like, you go back to 12 inches and you're like, oh my god, these are so huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I was talking about that on I can't remember what show it was, but I think it was with Nick Spinelli, and he mentioned, we were talking about the Rane 1 controller and how he doesn't like it.
Right.
But I had said, as I've been using the Rane 1, when I go back to 12 inches, I find that my hands are far more compressed because you have such a small surface area.
Right.
So it's way different, which I guess can be good or bad. It is what it is. It kind of forces you to focus within the area. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's more sensitive too, and like it's they both have their pros and cons.
Right. Now, I know we're in first phase. If somebody said right now, hey, I want you to make me one. Would you make somebody one?
I mean, it depends,
Okay.
I'm like, depends on how busy I am, how much they offer me.
Right.
So, I'm definitely open to it. It's just, I have a lot of time. I have a lot of things to do. There's so many business things that I got to get to, and, just, it's endless.
Yeah.
Like I did the website and the social media.
Well, I know you did the social media, and then it kind of blew up. It was like, what is this? It looked like there was a lot of interest in the product.
Yeah.
But we have to, it's one thing to have interest, it's another thing to say, yes, I actually want this product.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I'm really, really impressed with this invention. Not just the fact that the guy made tone arms and developed something that hasn't been done before, but a simple person decided in their time off that they were going to go ahead and make tone arms. They were going to go ahead and make the ability to play 45s on the Rane 1. That's absolutely amazing to me. It's just going to show you what you can do if you just have a little time on your hands. You can create these wonderful masterpieces. Now, I want to flat out say right off the beginning, this is one of those things I've been talking about since the Rane 12s came out. When the Rane 12s came out, the MK1s, I kind of assumed that when the MK2s were going to come out, they would develop some way to play vinyl, because there were a lot of people that are like in my court that have vinyl, but also like digital DJing. So when the MK2 came out, I was a little shocked that it didn't have any type of like adapter, something you could put on there to allow it to play records. Well, in Rane's absence, James decided to do it for himself. And I'm going to tell you, I'm really, really impressed from what I saw. Everything is rock solid. Now, of course, this isn't production quality. There are some things that need to be changed and some things that need to be kind of form fitted in order for it to work the way it's supposed to. But I'm really impressed that one man took it upon himself to do this. It's sturdy. Tone arms are great. The weight is great. I didn't have any issue with skipping or any of that stuff. It worked the way it's supposed to. Now, I want to say one of the first things I saw when the Rane 1 came out was I was a little confused at why the Rane 1 would come out and he would make one for the Rane 1, but he wouldn't make one for the 12s. Because a lot of people, including myself, have a lot more 12-inch records than they do potentially 45s. Well, fear not, he has made one for the Rane 12. You can see pictures right here. So it is something that is a possibility. Now, it's weird to me, Rane hasn't taken a bigger interest in this. I think this is an easy connection that needs to be made. Selling this as an add-on to your flagship device, I think this could go a long way, especially for the Rane 12s. The Rane 1, I understand it's a little bit of a niche, but the Rane 12s, with everybody with their vinyl, I think it's possible. Now, this is definitely a niche product, and this isn't for everyone. So I don't think you're going to see tone arms flying off the shelves for people wanting to have it on the Rane 1s. But there are tons of 45 heads out there. Mojax in particular, I talked to him today and he was asking me about the scratch attach. He's a person that would be a perfect fit for something like this. I think there's a market for it. It may be a small market, but definitely a market for this. Now, introducing this to the Rane 12s, I think you're going to see a lot more people with interest with the Rane 12s because a lot of people have vinyl that they want to play and they can't, because that's one of the only things, that's one of the only arguments I've ever made about the Rane 12s is that don't buy the Rane 12s if you still play vinyl because you are limited to digital only. This provides an alternative. There is a market for this. I hope he does push this to Kickstarter and allow some people to invest in this. It's really rare that you meet a person that you can invest in, something that is tangible. You know, you're not giving money to some corporation or certain, you know, a lot of corporations use Kickstarter now just to kind of finance their products. This is a product that actually needs a Kickstarter. This is something that I could see people putting money behind. So I'm very impressed. I like what I see so far. Obviously, it's just the beginning, and we're going to have to see what he does in the future with this. And I'm really excited to see what he does with the Rane 12 tone arms. It's a good time to be a DJ. That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys, if you found this video useful, hit that like button. If you found this video really useful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Also, in the description, we got the IG for Scratch Attach and I'm Sick Baby James. Both of theirs are in there. Make sure you follow those two so you can keep on board with whatever they're doing with the product moving forward. Always a pleasure, guys, girls. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace. It's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much better. Cool.
I love seeing people use my.
Yeah, no. Obviously, it always takes a minute when you've been on things.
Yeah.
Like the normal Rane 1s or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then you move and your hands are like super heavy for a minute.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that's right.
Adjust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I got it again.
Yeah.